Hi, and welcome to What's the Tea in L&E. I'm Leah, and today I have with me Anne Bibeau.
Hello.
And today I want to talk to you about not hiring criminals. All right?
Okay. You don't want to hire criminals?
No, I don't want to hire criminals. Okay. Like different levels of criminal. I'm okay with some criminals, but here's the issue. I'm an employer, and I've got all these resumes coming in for this great new job posting, and I'm really excited about it. But I want to go ahead and just like run some background checks on them because I want to make sure that, I don't want to even waste my time interviewing people that are going to have felony charges for abuse or something because this position involves monitoring children.
Sure. Well, see, the thing you have to keep in mind, though, is you need to make a conditional offer of employment before you run a background check. So you can't just run a background check on all your applicants. And besides, it's cost prohibitive because you do have to pay for those background checks. So the best course of action is to make a conditional offer of employment. So you've already screened out your applicants and decided who you want, interview people, you make an offer of employment. And in that offer of employment, you should write down that this is contingent upon the successful completion of a background check. And then you would also mention if you had other pre-employment conditions like a drug screen.
All right, so I've got to wait till after I make the offer. So I make the offer to an applicant. Then I want to go ahead and run the background check now. Logistically, how do I do that?
So first you have to get the person to sign a release, and it has to be very specific. It has to be on a separate page that contains nothing else, so you can't just bake it into your employment application. It has to be a separate piece of paper. They have to sign it, and there's specific language you have to use. And then you would engage a background check company to run the background check for you.
Where do these requirements even come from?
It's the Fair Credit Reporting Act.
The fair credit, but we don't care about their credit score. I want convictions and charges.
Right, and that's the thing that people find confusing. It's called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, but it doesn't necessarily have to do with credit checks. You could just be using it to find out if the person has a criminal record, and the law would apply. It doesn't apply, though, if you're using public resources, such as doing a state police check, then it wouldn't apply. But if you've hired what they call a consumer reporting agency to run the background check, then you have to comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act.
All right, so the background check comes back, and it says that this person has a conviction for
axe murdering.
Axe murdering. Okay,
yeah.
That's a common one.
Yes, it is.
Definitely not here in Richmond, though. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, can I just tell the applicant too bad so sad and make the offer to the next person?
No, the Fair Credit Reporting Act has a lot of requirements in it, and most of them don't make any sense. So it's definitely a minefield for employers. If you're not careful, you can inadvertently violate the law, and that can lead to civil liability, including penalties. You have to first make what they call a before notice, where you send the person a letter that has specific information about, basically, we've received your background check. It has information that may lead us to make an adverse employment decision against you. And then you give the person a certain amount of time that they can dispute that report with the consumer reporting agency. And the law doesn't even tell you how long you have to wait, but you have to wait a certain amount of time. I usually say a week to 10 days is probably reasonable before you can actually make the decision.
To actually tell them, no, too bad, so sad.
Right. Well, yeah. And even then, there's specific notices you have to give, including a copy of their rights under the law. And it's very tricky for employers. It's a good opportunity for employers to touch base with their employment counsel and make sure they're doing it correctly.
Well, thanks for joining us for What's the Tea. Until next time.